So AMD just beat earnings. It wasn't a phenomenal quarter, but it was a good quarter. They actually basically matched earnings, but it still is a slight beat. But what you're really optimistic about is guidance. Guidance was good. It was very good, actually, in my opinion. And their data center stuff did very, very well, up 122%. And that is really what's key, right? We see that at least on Charles Schwab, they were projecting 92 cents in EPS, earnings per share, then 6.7 billion in revenue. They had 6.8 billion in revenue, and then exactly 92 cents per share. So that's about what analysts were expecting, slightly above, right? And this is really the kicker. Record data center segment revenue of 3.5 billion was up 122% year over year and 25% sequentially, meaning over last quarter. That is phenomenal. You see up year over year, 18% revenue, gross profit up 24%. So this is a really good earnings. So obviously you're like, okay, that's up 122%. How are they barely beating that much? And it's actually because you see gaming segment was down 70% year over year. And then embedded segment was also down 25% year over year. So considering the other semiconductor segments are lagging, we shouldn't be that surprised. I covered ASML earnings. ASML earnings indicated that. They said other semiconductor stuff outside of AI was going to be down. So yeah, the fact that AMD data center stuff is doing so great, I believe AI is included in that, is a really good sign. Also, what I really like to see down here, the guidance. Guidance was well. For the fourth quarter of 2024, AMD expects revenue to be approximately $7.5 billion, plus or minus 300 million. They always do that, by the way. That's not an exception they always like to give a good range. And that's at the midpoint of the revenue range, and it would be 22% sequential growth. Oh, well, it would be 22% year over year, and sequential growth approximately 10%, right? And then margin almost the exact same. So yeah, that is good earnings, right? I don't know exactly what they were expecting, what analysts are expecting, but if you're growing that fast, 10% sequentially, I mean, in almost any company, that's tremendous growth. And like I said, 22%. And then considering the fact that some of your industries are lagging, some dramatically, right? Gaming used to be most of what AMD earned their money on, right? So yeah, this data center segment up 122%. This is why I am personally invested in AMD. It's why I've been for years. It's my second largest holding. This is a good earnings, right? It shows that even though some of these semiconductor stuff are lagging, AMD is doing just fine, mostly because of the data center stuff. And that's really what's going to be the moneymaker long term. You know, they're in the AI stuff as well. Are they going to be able to outcompete NVIDIA? As an investor, I personally don't believe so, but I don't think they don't have to be better than NVIDIA. If they can even get 20 to 25% of the share long term, even something like 15%, they're still going to make a bunch of money, right? They just are. There's so much money being poured into it. Now, is this going to be like like in NVIDIA where they're just going to moon? No, this isn't. This reinforces the past earnings that AMD isn't just going to like triple out of nowhere. They aren't crushing, like NVIDIA has over the last 4 or 5 years, but it doesn't necessarily need to. And what it's priced in at 50 PE, 54 PE, it's complicated. Their PE is really complicated because of the acquisition with Xilinx, right? And writing off that debt. It's complicated, but you don't expect AMD to just, go up 3x to make your money. If they keep doing earnings like this, right? That they can get 20% year over year consistently, right? They're going to do fine. And then also, if this it doesn't have to go up 122%. If this goes up 20% and these two recover, you're also going to make, you're going to make your money. Also, client segment, I don't think I mentioned that, was up 29% year over year. So, but anyways, this was a good earnings for AMD. Was it insane, murderous, like, oh, we're dancing in the streets, they beat it by a mile? No, but this is a good earnings. The stock may fall over the next day or two. I don't know. I think with the guidance, it probably shouldn't, but it ran up 4% today ahead of earnings, so it really wouldn't be that surprising if it did. Buy the rumor, sell the news. So, anyways, I as an investor am happy with this. I really like the guidance. I think it's good. It'll be really big next quarter as we see the full year guidance for 2025. I assume they are not announcing that in the earnings call, but I guess we'll see. And if you do, I'll do a follow-up video. But I appreciate all of you for watching. If you're new to the channel, I cover all sorts of stocks on this channel. Give it a look. Leave a like if you enjoyed the video, and I'll catch you guys next time. Thanks for watching.